Hello YouTube, this is Kaito JR here, and I'm here to do another Ajin discussion video, this time discussing about Masumi Okuyama's IBM. And yes, I know I said I wasn't going to be doing a video for Masumi Okuyama's IBM. I said I wasn't going to be doing that. I already talked a bit about his IBM on his own video, the Masumi Okuyama video. I think it was called like My Thoughts, or Let's Talk More About Masumi Okuyama. It was that video I entitled it as. So yes, I just decided that, yeah, you know what, I've been discussing about multiple characters' IBMs from Ajin to Human. I discussed about K9i's IBM, even Izumi's. Did I discuss Reiji? I don't think I did Reiji, but yeah, I'm probably gonna do Reiji maybe afterwards, and then yeah, Koji Tanaka, I need to do his. Definitely need to do Tanaka's. I did one on Sato. I did one on him called the Snake Man. Takahashi, the Whale Man, I did one on his, but see, Masumi Okuyama's IBM. His nickname, I decided to nickname it the Tube Head because its head looks like, well, a tube. And that's it. I mean, it has these really long frog-like fingers, I suppose you can call that. It has like 4 fingers on each hand that looks really long, and apparently it can climb on ceilings with these frog-like hands, but it's not really much of a frog. I mean, we never really see this thing in combat all that much. I mean, apparently Okuyama can only summon his IBM like once a day, and he is very competent in controlling it, definitely. But yeah, he can't really summon it all that much. However, in chapter 58, we do see his IBM with like one last time talking with him. Like Okuyama just was saying something like, "Okay, I guess it's just now you and me again, once again on the road. So, what do you think we should go next, IBM?" And so yeah, I mean, Tube Head is there, just like he just does what Okuyama just tells it to do, and that's it. Like it doesn't really have much of a will on its own. It just listens to his Ajin master, which is Okuyama, and he just does what he's told, and then that's pretty much it for the most part. I mean, it's not as independent as like Snake Man is, Sato's IBM, but it still gets its job done. It listens to its owner, and that's all you really need to know. And yeah, I mean, I don't know how Okuyama can like train his IBM all that much since he can only summon it like once a day. I mean, with K Nagai's IBM, he's like he is like his IBM is like 3 times denser than the average IBM that belongs to like most other average Ajins. So yeah, he is like a special type of Ajin. I think it's because like he's been an Ajin ever since like birth, ever since like he came out of his mother's womb and died because I guess he couldn't get enough oxygen in his like lungs or something like that. Yeah, there's some sort of like lung failure, and then he died and reset, and then yeah, that's where he became an Ajin for like the first time. I don't know, maybe he was already just born as an Ajin just like for some reason, and then yeah, I don't know what happened there with that. Like that was never furtherly explained why he just died, and for some reason just came back as an Ajin. He was just like a baby at the time, just like a newborn pretty much. Like yeah, so no, that was never explained for the most part with that. And eventually he died again when he was hit by a truck. I mean, there was some instances where yeah, he did kind of figure that he was an Ajin, but he didn't want anyone to know about this, so he just kept it a secret for like the most part until like, when they just got hit by that truck in chapter 1. And then it was revealed that yeah, he is actually an Ajin. Like he was just hiding this entire time. Well, yeah, there you go. He's now on the run, and then yeah, he just needs to learn more about what it means to be an Ajin, how to better control his IBM, because his IBM can be a very useful weapon, and just very useful just in general, really, that he can use it as. Like you can use it to get like information for like spies, stuff like that, espionage, if he wants to, really, for the most part. Just gather information, so just like use it as a sort of fighting tool, like tool for violence, stuff like that. Like it can be very useful, his IBM. That's what Masumi Okuyama uses his IBM for, to gather information to help him with like some heavy duty stuff, that because Okuyama, he's not a fighter himself, so he usually lets his IBM do most of the fighting, most of the spy work, and like just stuff that Okuyama really can't do on his own because of his weak right leg. Yeah, Okuyama, he's not really like agile at all, but he is very intelligent. However, maybe as intelligent as K. Sato's pretty intelligent as well. Of course, obviously, he was in like the Marines. He has like a lot of knowledge of many sorts of fields. But Okuyama, he is really good at hacking computers and knows a lot about weaponry. So yeah, he is definitely useful there. And of course, he has his IBM, so of course he's gonna be very useful. I mean, he's more useful than like Ko Nakano is. Like he doesn't even have an IBM, but he's still not. He's still immortal. He can still die and come back from from dead. He can never reset, which is what I'm trying to say there. So I'm not gonna be doing a video on Konakano, like discussing his IBM, because we don't even know what that is. I think we saw once in like season 2 episode, like it was like a later episode of season 2, but that's filler, that doesn't count, so I'm not gonna be acknowledging that for the most part. So yeah, I'm not gonna acknowledge that. So yeah, we don't know what Ko's IBM is, but yeah, just Okuyama's IBM. We know that yeah, it's really good climbing ceilings. We saw that in chapter 19. Yeah, it was chapter 19. We saw like climbing a ceiling inside of the airport, trying to deliver this bag to Sato with all these saw blades, so he can like take out these pilots. Like I just said in the beginning of the video, I just said this, but yeah, he was doing that. So yeah, I mean, of course, Okuyama's IBM is. It's an IBM, so of course it's very agile, just like many other IBMs are. They're all agile. They're all a lot stronger than the average human because of this. Like, I mean, first of all, IBMs, they don't have any limiters like humans do, so they can just like dish out all these like powerful like attacks, like from for example from his like fist, or it can like kick like a human, for example, and just send it flying in the air. I can do all that sort of stuff like that. I mean. And we saw in chapter 32 it holding back this door with all these people trying to like desperately trying to like break free from all this carbon dioxide that like Okuyama like tried to like break loose. Like you see, the reason Okuyama did that in chapter 32 was to kill everybody, just so he can have full control over like the basically, what was it, like it was this control center in the Fort Security building, just so he can have full control of all the security cameras and stuff like that, all the doors that he can just shut down, and have the entire Fort Security building just in complete lockdown from where he is right now in that certain room. So yeah, his IBM definitely helped a lot there with that, like trying to like prevent everyone from leaving and having everyone, including Okuyama himself, being killed. But of course, since Okuyama is an Ajin, he just resets like simply and just continues to go to work with all the hacking he does and like that. Yeah, he's a master hacker, definitely. I think I pretty much discussed enough about Okuyama's IBM. I mean, there's not really much we know about it. I mean, we last see his IBM in chapter 58 with Okuyama himself. Yeah, that's the same exact chapter we last see Okuyama himself, chapter 58, and then that's it. We don't see him ever again. He just disappears from the manga, so his IBM, tube head, and then yeah, we just don't hear from them for some reason, and it's kind of strange. I mean, they were like the most interesting characters in Ajin Demi-Human, including his IBM tube head, but yeah, we just don't see him ever again, so I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, just comment down below. Let me know what do you think about Okuyama's IBM tube head. What do you think about it? Like, do you like it? Do you like tube head? Because I mean, it's not really the most interesting. I mean, I guess it's sort of like a cool looking IBM. It has a pretty neat design, I mean, with its tube head, but I don't know. I think like Sato's IBM, the Snake Man, looks a little bit cooler. Even Takahashi's IBM has it going on with that, with the whole like whale shaped head with a whale teeth or something like that. Like, it just looks like a whale. Like Okuyama's IBM just looks like it just has like a tube head and the frog hands that like just climb ceilings and stuff with that thing. But yeah, that's pretty much just everything you need to talk about here in this video, everybody. So yeah, like I just said before, I will do more of these like IBM videos for Ajin Demi-Human. Maybe next I'll do like an Ajin discussion video discussing about Koji Tanaka's IBM, or even Reiji Akiyama's IBM. Maybe I might do that next. But yeah, just stay tuned for that, everybody. But yeah, that's it for the video, everybody. Thanks for watching, and bye.